Hi, and welcome to my recap of episode 5 of The One That Got Away. We left off at the pool party that was super dramatic, and we're still at the pool party. So, after the kerfuffle with Ashley and basically all of the guests, Jeff pulls Claude, his suitor, one of his suitors, and sadly ends things with Claude. Jeff says he has more romantic chemistry with Anthony. I like Anthony better for Jeff too, but that's just me. And so he has to let Claude go. Casey has a conversation with Steve, her vocal coach from way back when, and she wants to confirm that he wants kids because that is something very important to her, and she seems to remember him not being interested. So she asks him again and says, "Hey, do you want kids someday?" And he kind of skirts the issue a little bit, and she's like, "Because I remember you not wanting kids, like solidly not wanting kids." And he said, "Yeah, I kind of don't." And she says, "Okay, that's a deal breaker. So I'm glad we tried it, but you know, that's kind of a deal breaker for her." So unfortunately, she dumps Steve and keeps Dylan, who had the weirdness with Alyssa. Betty Who brings Jeff to the portal for his next suitor, who is Micah, who both Jeff and Anthony know from drag performing. Betty also takes Casey to the portal to get her next suitor after dumping Steve. And this is her neighbor, Vinny. And the look on her face says, "Oh God, no." That is what the look on her face says. But she is very gracious and says, "Oh, I can't believe you're here. Wow. Wow." That kind of thing. He makes a lot of jokes, and he talks about himself in the third person. I don't see it working, is what I'm saying. At the pool party, Alyssa made out with Travis, which is surprising after that weird, awkward kiss, forehead, nose thing. She said it was meh. So, I see her just waiting for her next suitor. The guest house then explains the situation of the fight with Ashley to Taylor, her suitor, and he starts to see the red flags and say, "Oh, okay, she was not listening to many people's opinions. She was being a little..." So he's starting to see some red flags, and he's a little worried about going forward with her. Jeff and Micah have a date, and Jeff is sitting there, and it's like a little cafe, outdoor cafe kind of a thing. And Jeff is sitting there, and Micah comes out in full drag and performs like a whole little song and dance for Jeff. And then Micah sits down and starts taking off the drag, and basically is like, "Okay, you knew me as drag. Now this is me." So it was very nice for Jeff and Micah to connect in that way. And they do share a smoochy smooch. Vince and Eureka go on their second date. Go them. And it's a hot air balloon. I wanna. Vince says that Eureka reminds him of a high school kid again, and the butterflies and all that stuff, and they kiss, and it's very romantic. But back at the guest house, they actually can see the hot air balloon, and they can see who's in it. And so they start cheering for Eureka, like all the guests in the house. Meanwhile, Isabel, who's trying to date Vince, is sitting there going like, "Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm here too. Like, I'm trying to date this guy too, so thanks." It's kind of a dick move. Betty Who finally takes Alyssa back to the portal to get her next suitor. She says she's been manifesting this and that she needs her husband, and it's going to be perfect, and it's gonna happen. So the portal opens, and this guy comes out. He's again shorter than her because she's very tall. And she doesn't know who he is. So she's like, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Daniel." And she goes, "Okay, how do I know you?" And he said he's a photographer and he follows her on Instagram. She immediately gets furious. She calls him, he's a decent looking dude, but she calls him a gnome-like figure. She said it's the creepiest thing she's ever heard. Like, why are you coming to date somebody that you're a photographer and you follow on Instagram? She finds it very creepy. To his face, Alyssa's just like, no, go back to where you fucking came from. Are you fucking kidding me? Go. Turn around, go. And he's just kind of like, what do I do here? He's just kind of trying to laugh it off, thinking maybe it's a joke, but it is not a joke. And he just Alyssa just leaves. And he just kind of confusedly wanders back into the portal from whence he came. And this episode ends with Alyssa crying again on the stairs, saying she deserves better, and she's not happy. It's an epic meltdown, honestly. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know your comments below, who you like and don't like, and what you think about Alyssa's meltdowns, because that's some stuff. And what do you think about Ashley? Whose side are you on there? Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.